Hola viewers, that's hello in Spanish. So welcome to Info Oasis, the Oasis of Information. As the title of this video suggests, we are going to be discussing about 15 lesser known facts about Spain. So you might come up with a question like, why is this particular topic required in this particular channel? So basically, this is an informative channel, and definitely it's great to know about different countries in the world and their lesser known facts. It's really good to know about the culture of new places. So that's the reason why I'm releasing this video. Actually, I was going through some articles about Spain and I found it really very interesting. So that's what I'm going to share to you right now. So before that, let's discuss something basic about Spain. So Spain is a country located in southwestern Europe in a peninsula named as the Iberian Peninsula. So it is the fourth largest country in Europe. So Spanish is the major language that's spoken in Spain, and this language, Spanish, is the second most natively spoken language in the world. Overall, English is the largest spoken language in the world, but when you put it in the terms of native speakers, Mandarin, that's a dialect of Chinese, I believe, that's the most widely spoken native language in the world, and after that Spanish comes in the second spot. But if you include both native and non-native speakers, then English is the most widely spoken language in the world. Okay, so let's come back to the topic. So Spain, as I mentioned, is very culturally rich, and there are a lot of great cities in Spain, like its capital Madrid, then another metropolitan city Barcelona, Valencia, Malaga. They have a lot of great cities. So if we talk about Madrid, it's known for its royal palaces, antique palaces. If we talk about Barcelona, it's known for its modern architecture and tinges of ancient architecture as well by the Catalan architect Gaudi. And if you talk about Malaga, it's a very developed city. If you talk about Valencia, it's a really good city as well. And Spain also has some really beautiful islands like the Canary Islands and Ibiza. Ibiza is one of the most globally visited islands in the world, and people prefer it during summer vacations due to the beautiful climate over there and basically due to its party lifestyle as well. So now let's discuss 15 lesser known facts about Spain. So I have a notebook with me where I have noted down everything. So I'll take a look at it and I'll explain to you. So the first interesting fact is that Spain is the country with the second largest life expectancy rate. So basically people in Spain are expected to live longer than people from the other countries except Japan, because Japan holds the #1 position. So due to its high life expectancy rate, due to which people tend to live for a bit longer, what has happened is the United Nations organizations has put up a prediction that by 2050 Spain will have the oldest living population in the world. That is, it will be the home to most of the old population in the world. So in another 30 years, the population of the old population in Spain is expected to rise by 30%. So that's a really whopping number. So that literally means that in 2050, about 30% of the people in Spain will have an age of 60 and above. So that's the first interesting fact about Spain. The second interesting fact about Spain is not so heartwarming, because Spain has the second largest unemployment rate in Europe. So basically this is a bit disappointing, but still that literally shows how developed Spain is, because there's a lot of competition for various jobs. So that's why Spain has the second largest unemployment rate in Europe after Greece. So the third interesting fact is that Spain is an awesome place for female entrepreneurs. So basically female aspiring businessmen who want businesswomen who want to start up a business in Spain, that's an ideal location to do so. So basically in 2008, a survey showed that out of the total amount of new businesses that were started in Spain, about around 40% of them were started by women. So this basically shows that Spain is really good in empowering women, and there's a lot of support for them in Spain. So female entrepreneurship is very conducive in Spain. So Spain provides very conducive environment for female entrepreneurship to grow. So that's the third interesting fact which I found. And the fourth interesting fact said that, in a 2013 a survey which was conducted, it was found that an average Spaniard man, a grown-up Spanish man, spends about 16 to 17 hours of his day out of 24 hours in relaxing, eating, doing all those stuff, like relaxing, because the Spanish people like to chill out. They take things nicer and they take things easier than the other countries. That's not too much of pressure of work or something like that. So basically they donate a lot of time to relax themselves because they believe that relaxing is very important. So I'm talking about the grown-up Spanish men. So that includes sleeping, eating, drinking, as I mentioned. So the fifth point is that the world's first novel was written in Spain by a Spanish author whose name was Miguel de Cervantes. So he basically wrote the world's first novel in 1605, and the novel's name is Don Quixote. So it's a very good novel, and it's one of the best books in ancient Spanish literature. So it's a really good book, and it's been written by Miguel de Cervantes, as I mentioned, and it was the world's first modern novel. The sixth fact is another really good fact, that Spain has 47 World Heritage Sites as prescribed by UNESCO. So UNESCO basically prescribes some sites as World Heritage Sites which are really worth visiting. So basically Italy and China are tied for the number of World Heritage Sites. They have 55 World Heritage Sites each. So after Italy and China, we have Spain in the third position. So that's a really good news for the Spaniards. That's really pleasing to hear for the Spaniards, and it's really interesting to hear for us as well. That literally shows how culturally rich Spain is. So the seventh fact is that Spain is the largest producer of olive oil. So some people have stereotypical views that Greece is the largest producer of olive oil, or Italy is the largest producer of olive oil, and other people say other countries, but that's not the case. Spain is the largest producer of olive oil, so olive oil lovers will definitely love Spain. The eighth fact is that Spain leads the other countries in utilizing wind energy. So Spain, in a couple of years back, it was found that 40% of the total energy in Spain was solely due to wind. So 40% of the total energy in Spain was solely due to wind, as I mentioned. So this literally shows how good Spain is in utilizing the renewable sources of energy, and that's a really good step by Spain. So the ninth fact is a really interesting fact. So basically there's a festival in Spain known as La Tomatina, and it's very popular in a town named Buñol near Valencia. So in this particular festival, about 150,000 squashed tomatoes are taken and people fling it at each other. So it's really interesting to hear, and that shows that gives us some sort of shades of glimpse of the Spanish culture, and it's really interesting to hear. People might have a lot of fun, right? So the next fact is another very interesting fact. Spaniards don't believe in tooth fairy. Instead, they believe in a magical mouse whose name is Raton Quito Perez. So Raton Quito Perez is believed to be a magical mouse, and instead of tooth fairies, the Spanish children believe in this this mouse, which is named as Perez. So basically children believe that when they lose a tooth and when they keep it underneath their pillow and they wake up the next day, they believe that this little Perez will take the tooth and it will give them a gift, like some sort of money or other gifts that children usually like. So tooth fairies are not believed in Spain much. They instead believe in this magical mouse. The 11th interesting fact is that the world's oldest restaurant is located in Madrid, that is the capital of Spain, and it was opened in 1725. And this restaurant's name is Restaurante Botín. So it's the world's oldest restaurant, and it's been functional since 1725. That's really good to hear. The 13th interesting fact about Spain is that Spain's national lottery, El Gordo, which literally means the fat one. So El Gordo is Spain's national lottery agency, and it funded a prize of around 2.25 billion just before Christmas in 2019, that is in December. So this is the largest amount of money funded by any sort of lottery agency in the world, and no other lottery has funded this much of a prize. So the person who had won that lottery might be a very lucky person. So the 14th interesting fact about Spain is that Spaniards knew about chocolate before some other Europeans. So a lot of countries have Spain to thank for introducing chocolate. So that's a really good fact as well. And the 15th interesting fact is that the Spaniards are the people who speak with a loud voice. So it's very easy to notice a Spanish man or a Spanish woman or a Spanish person because their way of speaking is very loud. So it's very easy to notice them. So that literally gives, that literally shows how confident the Spanish people are in speaking their language. So these are the 15 lesser known facts that I had for you. Which one of these facts is the one that you like the most? Leave it in the comment box below. So sorry for posting the video late. I'll make sure to be more punctual, and I'll try to post videos in a more frequent basis. So thank you for watching and keep supporting. I'd like to sign off.